Peoples of the universe, please attend carefully. The message that follows is vital to the future of you all.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Vital to the future of you all. As it always is. As it always is on my channel. Every communique, everything that happens is vital. Vital. Well, is it vital? I don't know. I think we're at an interesting juncture in humanity tonight. In regards to the end of the world. I think I would say, is this where it starts? But no. Here's the thing. I've been thinking about this for a while. So in Judaism we have this holiday called Purim, which is a pretty messianic holiday, right? It basically talks about the holiday that led up to the first. There's been this is the second exile, right? Yeah. So there's been 2 exiles for the Jews, and we're in the second one. The first one was about 150 years. This one going on 2,000. This one's a bit longer. But there you go. But anyway, so before the second return, before the first return, right? So it's like ancient Persia, about 500 BCE, I guess. Ancient Persia, maybe 300 BCE, or BC, depending how you want to do it. Anyway, long time ago. But it was this guy called Haman had this idea to destroy the Jews. He wanted to destroy the Jews, and he got Ahasuerus, the king, to decree that they would do it on this day, right, on this specific day, and then for a weird series of events, Ahasuerus finds himself banging a Jew, and it's like a super hot one, and then she basically gets him to turn on the evil Haman, right? The evil Haman. So this whole story, and then the Jews survive. Basically, most Jewish holidays are they tried to kill us. We lived. Let's eat, right? Let's eat. Not often. Let's drink. That's what I would say. It's more of a that's more of an Irish wake than a Jewish wake. Anyway, so with that holiday Purim, there's this thing called a Megillah. Right? You might have heard the expression Megillah. Megillah is basically the story. So the story of, being Jews, it's Orthodox Jews. We've got to do it in a really agonizing way. So it's like codified. Every letter's got to be the same. It's got to be written a specific way. It's got to, everyone's got to be identical. There can't be any differences whatsoever. Right, but it's like the official telling. It's like the canon, right? Like one day they're going to say this is canon Star Wars, right? New Hope, whatever you want to call it. This is canon. Nothing else is canon, just because it's like a gazillion versions, right? This is canon, right? So it's canon. Right? It's big deal. So I think when they come to write the book of what we call it, Book of Redemption, something like that, Book of the Messiah, we're recording the times that led us there, which I firmly believe we're in. I really firmly believe it, right? And I might be crazy. I really don't know. It seems possible. It seems possible and crazy, impossible, right? Here's the thing. I can always read things 100% in either direction. I can read things like, or this is just a coincidence, and you're reading stuff into it and being a bit crazy, or, oh my God, the end of days are here. I can go either way on it, right? So, that's a bit disconcerting. But anyway, as I was saying, when they come to write, the Megillah of these times, where I think they're going to start it? And I think tonight might be a significant night, but where I think they're going to start it? I think they're going to start it by the press. There was at the White House Press Association dinner in 2015, basically where they took the piss out of Trump, like relentlessly. Trump for president, ridiculous. I think that pissed him off a bit. And I think that's why he ran for president, right? So I think the book's going to start there. Right, and it's interesting because the book of the Megillah of Esther, which is the Jewish chick Ahasuerus was banging, who Ahasuerus I'm convinced is a previous incarnation to the Trumpster. I think he was a bit of a villain that time, but I think people get better through time, right? They will grow and get better. Have you ever seen the movie Cloud Atlas? That's essentially what it's about. Oh, that's a good cup of coffee. Now run. Anyway, yeah. So why would tonight be a significant event? So because tonight is the Jerusalem Day March that's been delayed for a couple of weeks. So yeah, normally on Yom Yerushalayim. Now Yom Yerushalayim is this is a miraculous day. I mean, it's genuinely a miraculous day. The capture of Jerusalem in 1967 is a fulfillment of a 2,000-year prophecy that was impossible to happen, right? One of the incredible things about Jewish history, right? It's I think something that makes us unique is our history is both unique and predicted, right? Unique and predicted. You can have a predicted history of a nation, just see what commonly happens. Predict Game of Thrones essentially did that, right? That's why it's so real, right? Yeah, you can predict the nation. You can predict what will happen from where. That's the reason. I think you could do that. I think this nation, Germany, will fare well. I think you can predict it, but you can't predict anything that's unique, right? Our history is unique. We've been few in number, yet we haven't gone away. We haven't grown or gone away. There's another, godly decree that we would always stay this kind of percentage of humanity, which is like we're really small. It's like under 1%. It's like you would think, look at the media, look how people are uptight about Jews. It will be like 20%, 30%. Like, it's like great. No, it's not. I'm going to look it up. And it's like crazy. It's like when you look up the percentage of people who are gay. It's like, is it that little? Percentage of Jews in world. Let's have a look. Let's see. Am I going to get in trouble with this? Jewish population. Let's have a look. This is in the Jewish Virtual Library. So in 1880, there was 7,800,000. Oh, I'll show the screen. This is quite interesting. There you go. Oh, I got my guest is here. 1 second. I'm going to bring on shortly. You have some time. I got some waffling to do. I got some important stuff to go over here. Where we go? Help keep track of. No. What is this? Is this the artsy website? Help us keep track of the Jews around the world. Please consider a donation of $5 to the Jewish Virtual Library. Well, please consider. No, I'll consider it. I've considered, and the answer is no. So, you see, the trouble is you're asking a Jew, mate, and you're going to get a Jewy answer, which you just did. 1880, 7,800,000. Okay, lot us about, right? So we have a natural growth until we get to a bit of a culling. Around this area, we lose about 600. We lose about 6 million, right? It's like, whoa, that was crazy. But that's basically what goes been going down. So anyway, the number of Jews in the world. So what's the percentage? Okay, one sec. Percentage. We're going to try again. Percentage of world population Jewish. Come on. Globalreligiousfutures.org. Well, let's have a look at that. What? No, I don't want to find the Jews. What the hell? I want to count the Jews. It's very different. Jews, what about county? Just tell me how many Jews there are in the world. Global population hits 14.7 million. Okay, so what's the global population then? If it's 14.7 million, which was, I don't know, whenever, it can't be that far. 14.7 million. Global population, we'll do that. Global population is 7.9 billion. Oh, God, I've got to do the math now. Are you kidding me? I can't do that. I can't do 7.9 billion into 14.7 million. Are you having a laugh? How am I going to do that? Hang on. I don't think I can even type it in. Let me try my phone. 1 second. How about this? Why don't I try Siri? Okay, so what's the... I've got to work out the question. Okay, what is... what percentage of 7.9 billion is 14.7 million. Okay, I'm going to go for it. Let's see if Siri can work this out. Siri, what percentage of 7.9 billion is 14.7 million? Okay. It's giving me weird answers. What? No. This is all wrong, Siri. These are Google results. That's not good. You did badly, Siri. Badly. Okay, let's try this. Okay, well, we're going to do it this way. I worked this out now. Look at me. See, it's like they don't all that stereotype about Jews can do math. Shut up. That's what we pay the Chinese for. Come on. Orientals. I don't want to discriminate. Okay, so we do oh god, how am I going to do this? Okay, 7.9 how many? Oh, wait. Let me start again. 790, 7,900, 779,000, 790,000, 7,900,000, 79 million. Okay, we're up to 79 million. That's not bad. I think 790 million. Oh, it won't go above that. I can't do this math. Okay. One second. If we take off, okay, if we take off a couple of zeros, we have to the million as well. Okay, man, let's do my head in. Do I have a calculator? One second. I mean, I use my phone calculator. Maybe try and use the old computer one. I think it might be bigger. Calculator. We can do this, okay? I'm going to work this out. The answer is this. Little. Very little. Okay, so we do 7. Wait. If I do 7.9, okay. Divide. No, let's not do that. Yeah, 7.9 divided into 100, okay? So 1%. 1% of... I think I did it wrong. Okay, well. 7.9 divided into 100 equals... so how many decimal places do I have to move this over? Okay, I think so. I think we're about 2%. Okay, I think it's 2%. I think that's what it works out to be. It just seems like it'd be more because there's a lot of people screaming about us all the time. Okay, as I was saying. Yeah. So tonight, we have a unique and unpredicted history. So anyway, we normally on Jerusalem Day celebrate by walking around the walls of the old city of Jerusalem with flags. It's a non-violent. It will be portrayed in the press as a gross provocation and extreme right-wing violence. It's more than mostly peaceful. It's mostly peaceful from our side. Arabs, not so much. See, the Arabs, I have to tell you, they're a bit touchy about the old Temple Mount. Here's the thing. Because I think they believe that we believe that God. I think they believe that God told us to take it from them, right? Which basically he did. They understand our religion better than most Jews do. Like God has basically said, if you're in this position, you're supposed to go and capture that and rebuild the temple, right? That's what you're supposed to do. And if you don't, that's a bit strange. That's what you and the Arabs know that, right? The Arabs know that. Jews are more like me. They're like saying, well, yeah, but that's going to cause some shit, mate. That's going to get crazy. I don't know. I'll just sit here and not do anything. Anyway, so but today we on Jerusalem Day they normally go around the walls of the old city with Jewish flags, with Israeli flags. We won. What I will tell you, we won. We had a war. We won. It's ours now. That's basically how it works. That's how it works, mate. You know, you started a war. We happen to And listen, I know that hurts. Look, let's see. I just spat on the camera. See? There you go. I got overexcited. How's that? That's better. That's better. So yeah, listen, and it was a miraculous war. Don't get me wrong. Like, we didn't win it. It was insane. It was absolutely insane that the paratroopers took the whole city. It's, again, I've told you the story many times. It's famous. It's famous. The chief rabbi was with the paratroopers going in to the Wailing Wall, which is the holiest Jewish site, right? Jews hadn't been allowed there for 20 years, since 1948. And he was like, we have this thing on a very holy day in the Jewish year called Rosh Hashanah, which is Jewish New Year, called a ram's horn. It's like, and we will blow go, and it's a part of the services, right? And like, you do it to like herald the beginning of the Messianic age, and he was going, and he actually did it, right? And everybody knows this happened. This was a real thing. So yeah, and then unfortunately, we invited all the Arabs had run. They're like, right, I got out of it, right? We would have had no Israeli Arab problem, conflict at all, right? None. They had run. They'd gone. We'd invited them back because we're schmucks. Well, Moshe Dayan was a schmuck, but that's essentially what we know. So anyway, so that's happened. So that couldn't happen on Jerusalem Day because the Arabs were going apeshit. I honestly, I can't even remember what about now. I remember what about, right? Because essentially it was Hamas doing a power grab from Fatah, from the Palestinian Authority. It was like, the pretext was that we were going to take Temple Mount because we were ethnically cleansing East Jerusalem because somebody who owned a building didn't get their rent paid for 70 fucking years. I mean, 70 years this has been in court, right? And then every court, left-wing court after left-wing court said, kind of is. You kind of owe the man the money. What do you want me to tell you? It's the law. This is what we do. You owe the man the money, right? So they don't want. They try to come to accommodate nothing. Okay, so they finally being evicted, right? And they're saying, well, this is ethnic cleansing. And I'm like, fuck off, mate. The only reason that you stopped paying your rent was because you ethnically cleansed the Jews in 1948. Cunt. I'm sorry. That's just what happened. Yeah. So anyway, but they said, so that's why they started this missile campaign. It's basically a power grab, though, right? And because the tensions were very high, they couldn't do for the first time. They couldn't do the march. They're doing it today, and Hamas has said, if they do that, we're going to war. So we're probably going to war. So this is also interesting because this is a brand new Prime Minister, Naftali Bennett. First day on the job, basically, right? And he's coming in. He's being testified. Now, I don't know how I feel about Naftali Bennett. Naftali Bennett has some people, very strange bedfellows. Has very, very strange bedfellows, most of which I deeply dislike and I think are truly evil, right? So, but weirdly, see, this is how it works in Israel. Each party gets like a block of votes. Some get 20, some get 12, some get 7. Like if you get people who get the most one get invited to try and make a coalition. You got to get 61 seats, ba-ding, you make a government. 61 seats, ba-ding, you make a government. That's how it works in Israel. Yeah, we have the bell, ba-ding, it's good. No one's done it for 2 years. So anyway, Naftali Bennett, who is a small party, had 6 or 7 seats, which is really small. He managed to make a deal that he would be prime minister with it. Basically, you have a left coalition and a right coalition. He said he was on the right coalition. He said, listen, I'll join you, but I'm prime minister, right? And that's essentially what happened, right? And it's the first time there's the government is made up with the Palestinian party. Although I hate to tell you this, I really kind of like this guy. It's like I really like this. What was it? The head of the Rum Party. I really like him. I mean, he's so freaking straight. He says, "Listen, I don't give a fuck. Just give us money, okay? Whatever. Great. We want the money. Don't fuck around with this and and just give us money. We're cool. And I'm like, yeah, you're somebody we could do business with. I like that, right? It's like, yeah, just pay me. I'm like, okay, fine. Here you go, sir. So anyway, But anyway, so this is going to be like a big test for this guy Bennett. It's got a very weak government. See, like from my like crazy religious worldview, I think this is a significant step in the end of days, because I think Israel is now under the control of, much like America, evil. Okay, evil. That is headed by somebody. Yeah, it seems to be okay to me. I don't know. It's like listen, I don't really have a beef with Naftali Bennett because he played by the rules, right? He played by the rules. He made the coalition. He did it. Good for him. You know, it's like, again, I don't know if this is something God wants. I think God is going, well, although I have to tell you, I think the Jews are in for a bit of a ball kicking. Reasonably soon. I think we're in trouble. Right? I think we're in trouble. Here's the deal. I think I think we're at a very low level of existence right now. We are certainly around the times of the flood, and certainly around the times of Egypt. Right? We're pretty degenerate. We're at one of the more degenerate ends of history. Normally, this is normally where God normally steps in, right? Then he comes and says, "Hi, I'm God, and fear me." That's basically how it goes down. So anyway, so that's essentially why. Essentially why I think this is. I think basically to get to the end of days, you have to have increased suffering. You have to have evil get power, and you have increased suffering from that, right? Which is, I think that's right where we are. But I think this is going to be poof. Rockets are going to be flying again. I think by tomorrow, I guess, maybe tonight. I mean, I hope we don't get any bloody sirens tonight. I'll be a pain in the ass. My daughter always makes me go downstairs to the bomb shelter. I mean, I'm in my bomb shelter now, but like, just a pain in the ass. Hopefully we won't get any sirens, but it's probably going to go down. It's great. I mean, like Hamas is like if Hamas says we're going to do this, if you do that, they can't not, right? They can, otherwise they look like pussies, and they go. It's okay if they get their ass kicked by a vastly superior force, right? They can save face from sometimes, but they're all banned. Egyptians hate Hamas. Oh my God. Egyptians, they're a disgrace. They're a disgrace to the Arab people. They lose and they lose and Egyptians hate Hamas. I mean, hate Hamas. That's why Gaza's blockaded by Egypt and Israel. Egypt's like, yeah, fuck them. Yeah, okay, yeah, we're in. That's the same. That really is what happened, right? So anyway, so that's the political outlook. Now, with this going on, Joe Biden they've given up. They've just given up, right? There's no pretense. And CNN is just like yeah, and they're not saying it. It's like he's with Bojo, right? And Bojo, and this is Bojo. Bojo's not Captain Brilliant, right? You don't think of Bojo as an evil intellectual genius, right? You don't. Bojo's like, I'll give him I mean, I understand if you live in England and you don't like the Tories, you probably won't like him. To me, he looks. I would get a plush, That's the guy. I'm like, okay. And he made Biden look like an idiot, right? He made Biden look like he was like, well, he welcomed the South African Prime Minister, and Biden's like, oh yeah. And the South African Prime Minister, he's right there. Whoa, I got another video, and he's like, yeah, he's patting him like he's got he's taking his challenged cousin out for ice cream. I mean, that's what it looks like. He's wandered into I think a reporter's tent, not knowing who or what he was. He mistook. Either, and this is the joke of it. He mistook. I could actually say Libya for Syria. I don't know. He got them mixed up 3 times around. Could you imagine? He makes a deal. He comes to sit with Putin and says, "Listen, I tell you what. Let's work together." And he's like, "I tell you, I'll take everybody out of Libya." He's like, "Well, what? Yeah. I say, okay, I'll take everybody out of Libya." I can. Whatever. That's getting crazy. Anyway. Before we go further, I have somebody waiting in the green room. I'm very excited. You know what I'm excited about? I don't know who it is. I know it's somebody we've been trying to work out, getting on for ages. But you know, the genesis of our meeting so long ago. Oh, it could be anyone. I guess we're going to find out. He's sad. He's mad. He's dangerous to know. It's the course Christian Basil, who I may be pronouncing your name wrong. Legend of the Trap. Okay. When do you leave with that?
I love it. Shalom, shalom, Rabbi.
Yeah.
Shalom there, sir.
Shalom,
My
buddy.
goodness.
There you go. How's the end of the world treating you?
Everything's fine. I've been laughing my ass off since I've been watching you. When I start watching you, I was waiting for you to say, Siri, find the Jews. I'm like,
why can't you give me a number? What the hell, Siri? All this. You can tell Steve Jobs dead. It's like, wow, what a change.
I was coming up over here, and the expectation was like, we're going to be talking Doctor Who and the rumors that have been going around. Just like, I got the most religious, political discussion I've had for the last 30 minutes. I'm like, hey. No filter. I love this, Rabbi.
I tell you, that's my channel. I got a whole bunch of stuff to look at. Honestly, okay. Do you know what 2000 AD is?
The year 2000 our Lord.
No. 2000 AD is
or the movie.
No, 2000 AD is that's 2001. 2000 AD is a weekly anthology comic book where basically all the great creators in comics came from and still do, and it's actually still pumping out. And also, it has rough patches, right? It just had a real rough patch at the beginning of this year. But it's like, it used to be in. Like this self-destructive newsprint that would fall apart, and we had to get comic backs for each one. There was 28 pages, only 2 pages color, and the cover. Do you ever heard of Judge Dredd?
I'm not much of a big comic fan, but do tell the story.
So
I like to learn stuff.
That's the thumbnail. Honestly, I really just wanted to have a Judge Dredd arresting Jodie Whittaker, because that's who really should do that. That'd be awesome. Judge Dredd is essentially a fascist cop who we all love. In the future, I love Judge Dredd. But yeah, he is the law. So and then I thought, needs a bit of eye candy. So I'm like, we need Judge Anderson. Judge Anderson is a side judge. That means she can get inside your head. She can do all kinds of funky stuff. She's also insanely hot.
And you have pictures of this, right? So we can see first.
Well, no, this is here. I'm going to pull up. This was
sure.
A far too.
Don't tell me people are insanely hot and not have a picture ready for me on standby.
Yeah, I'm sorry. This was an insanely lengthy Photoshop job. Hang on, I'm just opening this up. Getting a little whizzy will. Come on! There we go. It's
hi, everybody, by the way.
Oh, yes. I'll get to the chat very soon.
No, that's fine.
Within the next 2 to 3 hours. Yeah, it'd be funny if I have a chat catch-up stream tomorrow. Okay. This is opening. Come on, open. Oh, there you go. Whoa. Tell you, it's hot when you see it in real life.
I believe you.
There you
go.
There you go. That's what I was looking for.
That's it.
This is today's thumb. I call then again.
The thumbnail. Yes. Oh my God. Hi there.
Yes. Yeah. So what I did was I had to find a Black Widow cosplay.
Hey, Liam.
Sorry. Oh, hello.
I was saying hello to Liam. He said, "Welcome, Christian." Thank you.
Hello. I found a Black Widow cosplay, okay, and because you can't find a Judge Dredd, especially one that good, right?
Yeah,
Black Widow cosplay, and then I got this 12-inch Judge Dredd action figure, right? So I went to the website for that, and I got a picture of that, and I cut off all the bits that on like the shoulder pad and the eagle. See, in the Judge Dredd movie, they never freaking have that. I want that. I want the full shoulder pad and eagle, okay? 2018. Where is my Judge Dredd TV show? 2021. We're basically at the apocalypse, and you haven't been able to pull this out your ass. Really? This is not good. Not good at all. So anyway, And then I got the belt and everything. Put it in there. I was toying around putting the gloves on, but it was just like, at that point it's like if she's unzipping, maybe she's already taken the gloves off. That's what you got to think. And then I had to find the right place. Sorry.
Is this just how she commenced justice?
Exactly.
Because I might have to commit a crime somewhere eventually.
Have you seen my Indiegogo?
No, I have not. I have now, I guess.
I got a card. I got an awesome pin up. I have to show it to you soon. Basically of this, but more unclothed. And then I find the right face for it. That was really hard, right? I couldn't find a hot blonde model, right? I was like, boom, should a headshot, should get 1 million up. No, nobody's in the right makeup. It was just wrong. Eventually I said, hot blonde porn star headshot. Bang, got one right away. So this is the same person. This is from the Captain Marvel box art. The Captain Marvel XXX box art, which I'm telling you, looks much better than Captain Marvel, not XXX. I will go, if I had to choose between the two, and I'm saying don't watch porn, kids. It's bad for you. It's bad. Don't do that. I will still go with this one over there, because Captain Marvel has got to be worse for your immortal soul. I mean, it's got to be, right? It's
my soul's gone somewhere.
Yeah.
It's somewhere in Miami. I don't know where.
Where'd you live now?
What's that?
Where'd you live now?
Orlando.
Oh, man, I used to live in Miami.
Really? Where?
North Miami Beach, baby.
Oh, okay.
For a long time, like 5 years.
My parents lived on that island. I just remember the 21 building. I remember Vizcaya.
Sorry?
I remember Vizcaya. My parents lived in the 21 building. I know I think that's been changed out. It's years ago. I'm too busy looking at your thumbnail.
Sorry?
I'm too busy looking at the thumbnail.
Well, you see, that's how I roll, baby.
And apparently Jodie Whittaker on the toilet from the scenes.
No, she's being arrested. Creep, you're doing 30 years in the ISO cubes. You never seen Judge Dredd? Judge Dredd is awesome.
I saw the Sylvester Stallone movie, and I kind of
like that one. I have to tell you, even that one has moments in it I enjoy.
It was fun. I know that people who are big geeks of Judge Dredd, they didn't appreciate this, or at least the majority of people who they're okay with it, but it's not.
There's never been a good Judge Dredd. The only good Judge Dredd has ever been a fan film called Judge Minty. Here, let me pull that up, because that's really cool. Oh my god, that is insanely cool. I just pull up some graphics. Judge Minty. Judge Minty. There you go. So Florida, you're in like the last normal state. This is who would have thought, right?
There's a reason why there's Florida Man out there, so we're not necessarily the normal state. But
I don't know. I mean, who would have thought when the apocalypse came, the one of the last bastions of sanity would be Florida? Right? Who would have thought that? If I could have told you that's how it's going to go down, right? The war of Gog versus Magog will be fought across outside the lines of Florida. Mm-hmm. Who would have thought that that's how things would happen? Well, if I told you that like 2 years ago, what would you say?
I really didn't want to get in too much into the politics, but I'll just put it this way: I'm happy the direction that we're going in. I'm happy
Florida? Because Florida looks like it's surviving the apocalypse. DeSantis, it's insanely good. Where was he for the last few years? Like, where did he come from?
I have no idea.
I'm like, whoa, okay, more of him. All right, fine. I'll put this on for a couple of seconds, and you'll see. This gives you a good feeling, Judge Dredd. So this is Mega City 1. It's like this very sprawling, urban, violent. Then these are the judges. And you see how insanely violent they are. But this is all this is like right out. This is the only time they've ever done it right.
This is really done well. I mean, for a fan film, this is really awesome. Gorgeous.
This is an elderly judge. Right? This is just, oh man, I get the chills watching this. This is like reading 2018 as a kid.
Mm-hmm.
This is absolutely perfect. The pacing.
I'm just curious about the name Judge Minty. It sounds like he's a breath fresh.
Yeah, I better fast forward to the music. Oh, okay, he's going to get a bit of action. Oh yeah, they're on these like super cool bikes.
Mm-hmm. My God.
And fast forward because I'm going to get copyright. I've probably got a copyright claim. Hey, so he gets hit.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and Judge Dredd arrives.
Get these vultures out of my crime scene. I'm a Master Joe. Stay with me, Bill. Where's my H-Wagon?
So the guy playing Judge Dredd is Greg Staples, one of the best Judge Dredd artists. He nails it completely. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, we'll get another couple of scenes and all.
That's just beautiful. No creativity spared. It looks really good.
Oh, it's fantastic. It's just fantastic. It's a shame it's only 15 minutes or 20 minutes long. Anyway, as I say, but there, it's 2008. So I was going to do like a 6-month dive on it because I've just caught up. Like this week, I got way behind. It was like the end of COVID, and I just kind of got out of it. Right? Well, it really is the end of COVID for us here. We just today we ended the mask mandate, but inside we're free one, which is another reason, by the way, I think the apocalypse is coming because I don't think there can be a more than one harsh decree upon the world at any one time. So, and I think everything goes by Jerusalem Standard Time. So I'll tell you what. Here's what we're gonna do. I got a good plan. I'm gonna pull up
Does Jerusalem have a ticking clock somewhere that says this is it?
Does who have a ticking clock?
Jerusalem. It's like Nostradamus. It's like it's somewhere out there. It's a hit or miss.
According to the books of Kabbalah, the universe was the first place that was formed in the world. So yeah, there you go. So everything revolves around that, really. In fact, if the world wasn't on a this axis, it was on this axis over here, then Jerusalem would be the dead center of the world.
Oh.
There's a lot of weird stuff about this. So every train in the universe is in this like tiny speck of land. Like you can have, we got snowy mountains and tropical rainforests. It's like the Genesis planet. It's exactly like the Genesis planet. Snow and tropics in the same sector.
That would have been Florida at one point.
Do you think Spock and Savick did the dirty?
I was a kid and I didn't want to think about it.
Yes,
although a very young Kirstie Alley, I would have thought about it.
It's essentially all I think about now.
Yeah, exactly.
As I get older, I find it consuming my thoughts more and more and more. Here, one second. So let me pull up my Indiegogo, and then we'll stop on a suitably salacious image while I go through the chat. Okay, that's the plan. That's how we're going to do it. Okay, here we go. There we go. Share screen. Go. There you go. The Imperial. Oh no, that's not. I traveled on the wrong slide. Here's the thing. I've become like a robot when I just like wind me up, start me. The Rabbit from Other Planets, Comics Bonanza 2, count them, 2 incredible comic books for your delight and delectation. We have, now I've got to find the screen. There you go. We have Biblical, Bible Source, Atheist, Traces, Rationalists, and Rogues. Incredibly biblically accurate, but I would say not preachy. Not polemics, yeah, it's kind of how I view life. It's kind of like one of those earlier Vertigo books like Sandman or Swamp Thing or Hellblazer, that sort of thing. Right, because 220 pages long, so thick you can beat Wills to death with it. We have The Imperium, a love letter to telefancy of the 1960s. Essentially, imagine James Bond.
Oh, that's gorgeous.
Oh yes. No, I wrote and drew the Biblical. I just wrote this one. Dominic Ratchet did the artwork, and oh boy, did he do the artwork. Basically imagine James Bond, Emma Pill, Doctor Who, the Black Star from 2001, and a monkey in a spacesuit in one group together. We sprinkle in a little bit of The Prisoner, a little bit of Thunderbirds. We've got 5 new pages we're adding on. This 105 pages long, so we're adding because we're adding 5 pages. I got the artist working this glorious double page spread of Thunderbird 1 and Thunderbird 2 flying over swinging Sixers London. Do you know the Thunderbirds?
Yeah, I remember them when I was a kid. I was just like, that was a long time ago.
There you go.
And I did, you know what? I may be one of the few people that appreciated the movie just a little bit.
I kind of like the movie.
I watched the movie on its term.
I like the spaceship. It was fine. Okay, it was fine. I kind of like the sequel. They did a sequel series, Thunderbirds I Go, about 5 years ago, which I thought was pretty good.
Maybe I'm a little bit biased because I'm a big, fan of Sophia Myles, but that's probably
that was the finest performance. Yes. Yeah. The underwire scene has been etched on my memory. I do appreciate. There you go. That's going to come in useful very, very shortly because you get a lot of extras with this campaign. We start off. We have this pinup, which when we hit 8 grand, we're at over 7.5 now. It's going to be turned into a A2 poster, which is 18 by 24 poster. So it's a big poster. It's of course a lovely leader from Doctor Who with Raquel Welch from the 1 million years BC. Behind them is a time machine. Clearly, they've been a bit naughty, zipping about. But they took K9 with them. Aren't they wonderful? We love them. We love them to death. We call this one Noble Savages. Noble Savages.
I've always said Louise Jameson aged me like 5 years too quickly when I was watching Doctor.
Well, this is a little bit of a stylized Louise Jameson.
I mean, this would be my childhood dream for other reasons. That should not.
Oh, really? Really? Well, 1 second, sir. Hold my beer. So you also get a series of, I would say, wonderful art cards. These are postcards. You can send them to whoever you would like, your vicar, your dowager aunt, your whoever you would like, and they are all based on my how can I put this? I would say 12-year-old masturbatory fantasies. Okay, which are all genre related, right? All of them are genre related. We started, of course, with this one, keeping the British end up, a James Bond one. Do you like James Bond, sir?
I'm not a big fan, but I watch it as basically.
How can you not be a big fan? What is there not to like about James Bond?
I don't know why GoldenEye turned me off, and I'm a big Pierce Brosnan fan.
I love GoldenEye. Oh my god!
I don't know why. After GoldenEye, I just never picked up.
Oh man, it had was it Sean? Was it Sean Bean? Sean Bean as the villain.
No. GoldenEye was a great movie, but after that, I just could not pick the mantle back up. I just didn't watch it anymore.
Oh man! Anyway,
it's not that I don't dislike it. It's not in the top 10 of my geekdom. It's probably in the top 30.
Man, you got to get back in a bit of Bond, especially the later Bronson ones. Okay, they are. No, I'm going to say his name. Brosnan.
Pierce Brosnan.
Probably the guys in the chat's going to be telling me I'm wrong. However I say it is wrong. The later ones, he's basically a superhero. It's ridiculous. It's so much fun. So this is, we call it keeping the British end up. This is the last line of The Spy Who Loved Me. The best James Bond movie. Okay, the best one. Scientists have looked into it, and that is in actual fact a fact. Spy Who Loved Me is the best James Bond movie. It's got the line in it, but James, I need you. And he says, so does England. Wait a minute. GoldenEye has the one of the best lines of any James Bond movie of all time. With
I'm invincible.
No. Was it Robbie Coltrane, the Russian gangster? He cocks his gun. He goes, Walther, PPK, 9mm. I only know 3 men who use such a weapon, and I have killed 2 of them. Mr. Bond, how are you? That is the best introduction of any character, screw it, a James Bond movie, of all time. It's freaking awesome. So anyway, keeping the British end up, that refers to a wonderful scene when he's found at the end of the Spy Love Me in a escape craft, Stromberg's escape craft, and he's taken on board a large aircraft carrier. Very military. A Major Gogol is there of the of Russian Secret Service. They pull up the curtain, and James Bond and Agent Triple X, that is indeed her name, Agent Triple X, is are in are in bed together in the midst of a passionate embrace. Major Gogol goes, Major Triple X, and M goes, Bond, what are you doing, sir? And he goes, why? I'm keeping the British agenda. And he then closes the curtain and he goes, nobody does it better. Makes you feel sad for the rest. Nobody does it quite as good as you. Baby, you're the best. And that's the greatest James Bond movie of all time, okay? It is awesome, right? You no problem. I'm glad I helped you out. You ever seen Space 1999?
No.
You've seen all you need now, right now.
Yeah, okay.
It never looked this good. Okay, it never looked this good. But this is the story of Moonbase Alpha. There was a nuclear waste dump explosion that knocked the moon out of orbit. There was about 300 survivors in Moonbase Alpha as they travel through space, meeting freaky and strange aliens each and every week in 1972 and 73, with Barbara Bain and Martin Landau fresh off Mission Impossible. So this is I can never remember her name. She's the computer programmer there. Dominic did actually very much nail the look and the feel of it. So well done. You liked a bit of Judge Anderson, so you love this. This is my Judge Anderson card. We call this "Don't Even Think It," citizen. Don't even think it. Let me just zoom in for a little bit so you can see. What a wonderful job you've done on that. It's like it's yeah, so lifelike, so realistic. So let's hold it on that for a minute while I say hello to the chat. I've got like an hour to get to. Okay, let's see how far I can go.
I only got a few minutes there, Rabbi.
Yeah, let's go. No, I can do this.
And you're just giving me eye candy.
When I get to the chat. Mark Kavanagh, Shalom, and Zarja's Rabbi. How are you, sir? Merck Eddie, how you doing? Nibble Navigator. PD Rich, how are you, sir? Cal Lynch, the Dead DC, how are you? The book of the Great Disaster. No, it's the book of redemption. Look at it that way. You don't think of the beginning, think of the ending. I think it's going to have a happy ending. I just think a lot of arseholes. Maybe what wiped out the way first. It's just it's the way it is. It's the way it is. Listen. If God needs to bring the Messianic age because we are at the very lowest level of defilement, which I believe we are as a society, I think if we think that we are at the very lowest level of defilement. However, he cannot bring the Messianic age because we're basically talking shit about each other all the time, and we don't care. Maybe he'll take out the people who are talking the most shit about most people, and we might get the message, right? I think that's what we might have to look forward to. Anyway, so be nice to people, okay? That's a good idea. Be nice. Jonathan Cox, how you doing? The Cloud Atlas. The movie was meh. The book by David Mitchell was better. Everybody tells me that, but I'm too lazy to read it. Speaking of which, big recommend. Christian, I got a big recommend for you. I take it you like it too. Right? I got a big recommend.
How can you tell?
I'm reading Alex Lee's, or it's upstairs. So I'm actually reading it. So I don't have it by my computer. His book, Seasoned 12, okay? Season 12 is basically with seasoned with the D on the end. I only got that after 2 days. It really annoyed. I was like, what happened to 11? Anyway, it's essentially a Capaldi series of Doctor Who going forward, like acknowledging the Jodie era, but not, and it's and like reinventing it. It's really good. It's really good. I've read the first story, and it's he's really nailed Capaldi's voice, right? And he's done a lot of fanish things that like they did in Big Finish right at the beginning. But I think they kind of work, a lot of them. Like he basically takes the Capaldi TARDIS and keeps that design, but makes it white, like with roundels. So like it's a traditional TARDIS, but with that like design in it. So and Capaldi's like, oh, I hate it. It's so bright. And I'm like, yes, I agree with you. Right, I completely agree with you. And it's got a good explanation of how. Why it's really good. It's really so. I am looking forward to reading the next one. Hopefully, I will get to it soon. Get ready for a surprise, everyone, says the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS. I hope you're surprised. I predict the end of the world will be when we're visited by aliens. I think aliens might tie into it. There's a whole thing about disclosure. I don't know.
Possibly.
Honestly, I think a lot of shit's going to hit the fan simultaneously. I think there's going to be a market crash. It seems to be, doesn't it? Oh, there you go. Robert Payne has the answer right there. 0.0005%. Is that it? We're not many. We're few in number. They're saying there's going to be one in the next 5 weeks.
Siri, Siri, find the Jews. Siri, find the Jews.
I think they can do that. I think
that's the scare. When she gets to that point, we really should be scared about it.
What, you don't think there's an Order 66 switch on it anywhere? They could totally do that. Yes.
I don't doubt it. I'm just, it's one of those things you just let them be sly. Don't poke the hornet's nest if you don't have to. Just let it go.
Aliens, the cage will come down, and the cage with the titanium fighting spiders inside. I love this already. And we will be forced to dance in their homes. That's fine. I like titanium fighting spiders. I'm okay with that. I read someplace that if 8 billion of us lived in the way that people are doing Manhattan, we will fit into Texas. Yeah, listen, they're really trying to like screw with the heads of the kids. Like these pods, they're trying to tell people is what you want to live in. You don't want you want to own your home. God, you want to own your home and not have a pod. Are you right? Mine, mate.
Those were disturbing. If I remember correctly, it's just a section, and you kind of
get a bed.
And that's it. It's a bed.
Weird. You have no privacy. It's
it's
pure socialism. It's pure socialism where you have no possession, right? It really. Did you ever see the show Brave New World?
I don't think so.
If it's on the Peacock network. I strongly recommend it. I think it's probably the greatest show of 2020. And it doesn't have much stiff competition, but it's extreme. The reason it didn't go anywhere was, firstly, its ending was a bit weak. But secondly, it shows a dystopian future that they want to make, right? It really shows.
Derek says it. Live in a pod and eat bugs. That's basically it's much more luxurious and play. You really should watch this show. At Peacock Network. I think you probably get it for free. Oh, we do. But I'll definitely check that out. I only got a few minutes left, Rabbi. Did you want to talk about Jodie for a little bit?
Oh, sure. Listen, dude, I'm just rambling. I forgot you're on time. Is there anything you want to? Yeah, I'll let you go. Is there anything you want to talk about?
No. Well, I wanted to jump on in, but I love listening to you chat. So I'm just like, I'll definitely come back so we can talk a little bit more when we get along. But the rumor of Jodie leaving. You know what's interesting about this, and I'm trying not to insinuate for the best of it. You know how when Christopher Eccleston left, and it was a big uproar because he was announced the moment that the show premiered, and everybody thought it was a hoax. It was like, oh, come on, his show
Yeah, it was after the first episode.
Yeah, it was off the first episode, and everybody thought it was a hoax, and it was a big hoopla, and it turned out to be true. When David Tennant left, it was a big thing, especially when he announced it on the award show.
World, then. Listen, basically after the first episode, it was a bit of a curio. Yeah, it was like some people. It was people were interested. People who saw it were really blown away that it had like good contemporary production values for it, which it certainly did do. I have to say, I mean, it looked slick and it was very, very British. That's something that Rush was really understood. They made it very British and it was very Americanized at the same time.
The point I'm trying to make is that every departure of somebody leaving, there was like this feeling of, somberness but excitement for the new person who is going to be taking over. And even though this is still rumor at this moment, depending upon who you listen to, I don't hear too much reaction. I mean, there are a few fans that I told a few friends that she's leaving, and they're just like,
there's some crazies who are like mad. Or there's some I haven't seen them in this thing, but there's some crazies on Twitter who are like mad at everyone. They blame toxic fans. They're blaming the BBC for not supporting her. But nobody cares.
Oh, I don't even go on Twitter.
Nobody cares. I mean, and she's just toxic to the brand. She's beyond toxic to it. I mean, like, they wouldn't put her face on the annual, for God's sake. Like,
I really put all this on Chibnall. I really put a lot of this on Chibnall. First of all,
if you put it on Chibnall in that he hired Whitaker and gave her no direction.
Yes.
She was incapable, even with direction, in my estimate. I mean, to make her be able to do this role, you would have to sit her down and make her believe it. And instead, she thinks it's like a children's TV. She thinks it's like Metal Mickey.
She made some very faux pas that I think, first and foremost, and this is just, I think, with Chibnall, because Chibnall did not want to, in the first series, use anything classic, bring back. He wanted to start all over and just like, okay, you are just really sinking your own battleship. Because if you're going to get monsters and villains, they have to be better than Daleks, Cybermen, Santanas. They have to be better.
Yeah, but the thing is, he's such I think he's so insanely arrogant. He believes. And firstly, I think he's so. His argument made sense, right? But it was just like the logic to it. He just entirely lacked the talent, and everybody lacked the talent. It was it's just really a shocking lack of talent, and with virtue signaling used to fill in the gap, and it's very obvious. It's these stories they don't make sense. They're not very good. And there's like that you have like good production values in them. I just think it's like tragic, quite frankly. I thought the Cyberman design from season 12 was awesome. I think it's the best Cyberman design I've ever seen, and it's just like tragic. That was in this like dreck.
Well, I would love to talk to you more about this if you want. Next time or like Thursday, we can talk more about her departure. But
when do you stream?
What's that?
When do you stream?
I stream tonight, 6 p.m. my time.
Which is what time by me? That's
I don't know. You're all the way.
You're on the East Coast, so
I'm on the East Coast.
So it's
you're probably in bed by then.
7. Oh, I'm normally in bed by now. I'm an old man. What do you want at me?
I will.
Trying to think. What's 6 plus 7? 13. 1 in the morning. Yeah, no, I'm not going to make. Hey, listen. I at some point, we'll work out a time.
Yeah, well, I meant like if you want to do it this Thursday, I think it's a yeah.
Oh, what about Saturday? Are you free Saturdays?
Sometimes I just have to plan ahead. Last weekend we just finished up a convention, so it wasn't happening. But yeah, we'll discuss it. But I got to run. But I want to show you something since you showed me all those wonderful pictures. Okay. Let me show you something.
Here, 1 second. Ooh, oh, that's nice. 1 second. Let me. That's great. And Fortunately, there's no Mickey in that. Otherwise, I'd really be in trouble.
I think John's bad enough. But anyway, I will talk to you later there. Shalom. Everybody, have a good time. And I think, what was it? PD Rich, thank you for posting our website, our YouTube channel. So everybody, 6 o'clock tonight, if you just happen to be up, come on over.
PD Rich is awesome.
He is awesome. See you guys. Be safe.
There you go. I can never kick somebody out. I also feel bad about it. Fine. Let me get to the chat. Then we're going to get to, I don't know. We've got so many things to look at. We've got something. Let me see. TARDIS time. How you doing, Darren M? I want to look at a bit of stupid crap. First, I got a bunch of stupid crap I want to look at. Disaster, how you doing? Chauffeur, no, so good. Darren, Dead CC. Can you just have a chat with both sides and then decide Jerusalem into two halves divided by a nice picket fence with armed cars posted everywhere, every mile, you'd be lucky, every inch. And then everybody is at peace and can have tea. Yeah, the only trouble with that is they still want to kill us, right? They still just want to kill us. I'm like, I don't want to tell you. Yeah, if they could just give up on that right of wanting to kill Jews, we could probably work everything else out, you know? Keely Chow, how you doing? What's going on? What isn't going on, baby? What isn't going on? I forgot it now. PJ, maybe, how are you doing, sir? And I do like your Dredd-esque avatar. We're going to be doing, I think we'll start with 2018, right? We're going to go for a peruse round 2018, which had, once I went through it, I understood why. I totally stopped reading. I kept my subscription, and like their digital subscription, their app, everything, fantastic. I love it. I absolutely love it. And so, but I realized I just stopped reading it. I stopped reading it for a long time during lockdown as well. I just lost the will to do it. And I was like, whatever. I lost the will for everything. So I got way behind that. I caught up again. And then as I thought lockdown was coming out, but it wasn't, I was like, and then I fell behind again. I see why, because for the first 3 months of this year was really ropey, really bad. They've had some excellent. They had one of the best Judge Dredd stories I've ever read since then. I really love it. Fantastic artwork. They got, what's the name? We'll find the name of the artist. Liam Chin's here. Liam Nelson's Chin here. I will find you and I will kill you. Tracy Thomas, how are you doing? I'm only an hour, half hour behind now. Okay, well, let's go. Disaster. I've said hello to you, but man, it just jumped. I hope will it go back? Oh, yeah, it went back far enough there. I was quite impressed. Derek Mass, I don't think I told the chat. How are you? Is it just me, or does everyone else think Jill Biden should be sued for elderly? Oh, fine. That's why I want one of my Biden things. This is so crazy. Is this it? Okay, fine. No. Okay, we have to go to the sun. Right? I'm sorry. We have to go to the sun. It's always warm in the sun. I remember they had that ad campaign. It's like the only place that has the video. So, to offend your sensibilities, get over it. Do they still have page 3? I heard they didn't anymore, which I think is a horrible shame. Like this is so crazy. This man's this guy's in charge. We're all screwed. I mean, forget the insane leftist politics that don't work. He's literally retarded. I mean, or what's the word I'm looking for? Not retarded. Demented. Yeah, he has dementia. He clearly has dementia. We go in. Biden blunder. Joe embarrassment. I do like a nice Sun headline though. Biden blunders again as he forgets South African president he's been introduced to in meeting and gets corrected by Boris. It's pretty bad when you have to be corrected by Boris. Okay, their player isn't working. That's a real pain in the ass. I tell you, but he just looked like confused and sad. Joe Biden has released a statement. Yeah, he just rambles incoherently. Yeah, he's just really embarrassed the free world. Oh my god! But none of the players are working. Yeah, he calls Syria Libya 3 times. It's like it's actually worse when you've seen it. Here, let's go to YouTube. We'll see if it's on. See if we can find this on YouTube. There we go. What should we do? Should we look for it? South African Joe Biden. Okay, we'll do YouTube. We'll start with that. Okay. There we go. Biden, South African President Boris Johnson. Let's see. Come on. Someone's got to have that. I can't see it's that it's not the top thing. Oh, here it is. Here it is. That's not the top thing. It's just terrifying. Like, could you imagine? Oh God, this does look a bit like the Immortals, and that bad. Is this a bit? Is this it? It's like 30 seconds long.
Some pretty spectacular, rather crucial international organizations who are in there, as you said, I'd like to say is here, and the president of South Africa.
Oh, he said when he said president, that's what. Look at that. Look. That's when he made this stupid fist bump because he thought talking about him. How do I get rid of that? Here. Wait. We'll see that again. That's crazy.
Crucial international organizations who are in there, as you said, I'd like to say is here, and the president.
Yeah, and the president, and he says, of South Africa. Right? And now he feels like a schmuck. Look at him. He's like, where am I? It's insane. I mean, I understand taking the piss out of Trump. He's a funk. He's a jokeable character. But come on, there's no one's like blah, blah, blah. Here, 1 second. This is a far, I think, more damning piece. Oh, that was stupid of me. I just paste the link into the into the wrong window. Take me out of StreamYard. Don't do this at home, kids. Here, where's this one? Share screen. It's one of the twit-twats. We've got too many of those. Here we go. Thankfully, had the here. It's
How are your meetings going?
Here. So here he's just wandered in, confused. He's in. Clearly he's in the air. You'll find out. He's in the wrong place in a minute when they retrieve him.
How are your meetings going in Cornwall, Mr. President? How are your meetings?
Really? That's real? I thought I just had a strange fever dream.
It's going here in Cornwall.
Very well.
Come on.
Oh my God. I mean, could you imagine if Trump did this? Oh my god! And CNN, they just got like. Hang on, let's finish this clip.
Always do.
And CNN, they're kind of like, when Arnold Rimmer gets called out on something and he just smiles inanely. That's CNN right now, like, and they're like, everything's normal. Oh, please, nothing's normal. I mean, if Biden mentions, what's it called again? Looking into Wuhan, the Wuhan lab, then China's going to go crazy. I don't know. It was Robin Curtis of Star Trek. There she was. I met Robin Curtis. I felt bad for her career went nowhere. And she wasn't bad and stuff. They needed to pond farm. Matt Pot knows what we're talking about. This they did. Listen. If I don't know what. Maybe there is actually. Maybe there. I was going to say I don't know why they don't do this. Maybe they do this. Virtual reality. Why don't they have like Star Trek or genre themed virtual reality? So you could do a Pom Farsi. I will go for that. I bet there's a big market for that, right? I bet there must be. With TARDIS set. There's got to be a market for that stuff. There's Star Wars ones. Yeah, there's got to be. Honestly, there probably is. There we go. How am I going to say your name? Thesodor Engines. Okay. Thesodor Engines. I hope you're still here. There's a lot of what to say your name. Call me a jaded cynic. I don't think I'm going to do that, but let's find out. But I don't see the light unless Chris Gilmore has left the series. I think they're both going. I think they're doing these 8 episodes. They're done. I think they're totally done. Yeah, I think. Really, I mean, the only reason to stay is because he can't get another job. But I think, they're done. There we go. Let me keep going on the chat. Maybe one day I'll catch up. Robert Payne, I think I said hello to you. How you doing? I saw the end of one of them later Bond films the other day. I prefer the older ones. Yeah, listen, I like that's what Bond needs to go back and be a bit salty. Although I would, it'd be a great Bond, Tom Hiddleston. I really think he could bring a bit of charm to the role, which it really needs. Like Daniel Craig, not overly charming, more like a brute force. I think it'd be nice to change it around. Rabbi, you need to do a rendering on Gabrielle Drake from the TV series. Oh yes, that is a good one. Next campaign in a sexy purple wig. Maybe just have a spot color for the wig. That'd be pretty darn hot. Yeah, keep going. Sorry, local assembly is collapsing. I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means. Local assembly is collapsing. M Vipers and Star Furies as well. Okay, now I've got to go back to see what PJ maybe you're saying because I like both Vipers and Star Furies. Okay, I want a real life eagle. Yes. Wait. If you want to know, better than a viper is a raptor. A raptor looks really cool. I'd love to have a raptor. And yeah, they made a life-size one, but I'd love to have a raptor, right? If I had unlimited money, I would build a kind of like a ship's grave. I would buy like a piece of land in the desert, and I'll build like a ship's graveyard there. I'd just build replicas of like life-size Millennium Falcon. Life-size Millennium Falcon. I guess you could have people stay in it as a hotel room. That would be pretty darn cool. That would be cool. Eagles and Hawks were indeed very cool. I think there really should be. Again, I can't believe there's not more virtual reality, and I can't believe the only thing it's used for is porn. I just want to get Alan Moore and Mitch Jenkins, who do their film work together, say, "Look at this! Do one of these! Do something using this technology." Dante's Inferno or something. It would just be incredible. absolutely incredible. But like they did a virtual reality, it was a free one, X-Wing virtual reality game, which they added onto Battlefront 2 or 3. That was really cool because you felt like you're actually in an X-Wing, right? They should do more of that. But the virtual reality never took off. That's the thing. And I say Google Cardboard, awesome. PDM say it'll either be the asteroid or aliens. I'm hoping for an asteroid. I don't know, maybe the aliens are on the asteroid. There we go. I think a bunch of this going. I think that market crash is happening. I think there's going to be conflicts. That sort of thing. Countdown is saying thanking me for saying. I'm not sure why, but you're welcome. I aims to please. I'm not sure how I did that. I'm doing well with the chat. Like now, I was 10 minutes behind, but time's gone by, so I'm 15 minutes behind. Beyond time, how you doing? Hey, Rabbi, what's up, peeps? We're all pretty good. We haven't actually got to any storage yet. We're any second now. Okay, we're up to date. PG Rich and Critical Blast. How you do? Fine. Let's look a bit at 2000 AD. We're going to look at 2000 AD over 2020, right? Because what I'm going to say now, I've caught up. Well, I'm going to do a mega review of like the next 3 issues because they've reached a point where they ended their where they had a jump on issue. But let's start. We can get a bit of a backup to see what they're doing. So this is they do like 100-page issue at the end of the year. They normally call it the 2020 issue, but they can't do that because they've already had Prog 2020. So now they just like, I'm not I think they're calling this issue. And it's got like a bunch of stories in it. So what's in this one? It's a bog standard Judge Dredd. We're going to look at the Strontium dog because it's worth a look. They do something clever with it. They got an addition of Survival Geeks, which is Survival Geeks is a like a comedy strip. Never really it's about a bunch of geeks in a multiverse. It's never really done that that much for me. Then they got Visions of Dead World. That's awesome. Visions of Dead World is absolutely awesome. It's a if you ever seen Judge Dredd, there's the villain Judge Death, and Judge Death comes to a world where they said that life is a crime and they killed everything living because they basically have these undead zombie judges, 4 of them. And so it's from the world that they were destroying. Like the first time you met Judge Death, you go to his world, you see, it's a Muslim, everybody's dead. But so this story focuses as like a prequel to that, as like the Fall of the World. It's so massive and the artwork's so good. Artwork is just gorgeous on it. It really good story. Then you got this other story which I haven't enjoyed called Protos Vex. Originally it had what's the name of the artist? I can't remember the artist, but he did Shakara, which I really like. It was a very like stylized very stylized Kev O'Neill S thing. But the story just wasn't good enough. It was like too much of a chore to read. It was too alien. So now they got a different artist on it. So the original artist was Henry Flint. Now they got different artists on it, and it's even the artwork's not worth looking at. Slain Dragon Tamer, beautiful artwork, unreadable story. Listen, I don't like Pat Mills. I think his socialism has led him to anti-Semitism. So I don't. I have a beef with him. He's personally, come after me many times with anti-Semitic garbage. So I have a bias against him. He did do Nemesis the Warlock and a bunch of stuff I like that. So, but Slain, which I always loved, I found over the last few years his stuff just become more and more unreadable. Right, just more and more like, it's like, but the artwork in this Slain is just absolutely gorgeous. And there's a Hershey story, which I'm bored with female protagonists in everything. Hershey, and I don't like this whole addition to a character, quite frankly. So Judge Hershey, you had a very complex past. She was the chief judge of Mega City 1. She was like trained by Dredd, and she was a chief judge from, and now she's like, I thought she was dead, but she was. They somehow they sent her spun her off in retirement to Honduras or somewhere The artwork's pretty good, interesting. But again, I'm just sick of female protagonists, and I think this character, if you wanted to retire the character. I don't like this. So she was basically dead at the end when she left Judge Dredd, and now she's got this whole second life. Time Twist is bog standard and Durham Red. Interesting artwork, but ultimately just didn't really land me. So here, but I'm only going to look at a few pages of everything. So Stone and Dog I really want to look at, though, because look at this artwork. It's very Star-Lord, right? It's got that very traditional Stone and Dog look. Lawrence Campbell, I don't know who it is, but it's the right thing. And then they go into black and white, which again has a real feeling of like I'm reading like the original Star-Lord's Strontium Dogs. I mean, look, the artwork is not quite as good. Like you can see, it doesn't have the structural integrity of Carlos Aquiza, or however his name. And here's some artwork from Dead World. You see how freaking gorgeous it is and creepy. I really love Dead World. Then we're gonna look at Protus Vex. I don't like this. I don't like the new artist, and it's all just too weird. I mean, it's just too weird. But here, check out the Slain. The Slain art is gorgeous. Who's doing the art? Leonardo Marco. Absolutely good. Now he's doing a dragon story. Let's stay up. Awesome. Fantastic. And this is like the weird color palette thing they do with Hershey. Yeah. And it's okay. I'm really not up for it for the character. And finally, this is Durham Red. It's a little bit, I don't know, computer generated slick. It just doesn't feel doesn't really feel real. All right, it feels, I don't know, it just doesn't feel tactile enough. There's some more whatever. Protus Vex. Fine. So that was a prog that like set up the year basically, and it wasn't a good setup. So now this is the first prog of 2020, and it's got four. So the Judge Dredd story in it has abysmal artwork by a great artist, right? Just abysmal artwork, unreadably bad. Durham Red, skippable. Slain again. Durham Red, skippable. I tried reading it. It just didn't grab me enough. I think artwork didn't connect with me. Again, felt artificial. Slain Dragon Tamer, gorgeous art. Just flick through the art. Can't read the story. Same with everything. Same with Protus Vex. Same with Hershey. No wonder I stopped reading it. Now when I lost the anchor of Judge Dredd, I couldn't pick it up. And so this is by Will Simpson, who did the first. I think he basically originated this Central American judges thing. But he was a much better artist then. This is not professional. I can't believe this was greenlit. It's nearly professioned. I wouldn't accept this, quite frankly. It's just not good enough. So I ended up not reading it. But look at the Slain artwork. Beautiful art. I mean, just stunning. But look at the Wolfsman, just absolutely stunning. But yeah, you don't really need to read the story to get to his other page. I think Leonardo Marco does this a lot. It gave a lot of sense. So then, they focus on this strip on the next cover. Basically, it just carries on, and it's all like these unreadable scripts with a lot of time. Fantastic artwork. Then finally, by when is it? By the end of January, I think this is coming to. Look at this cover. It's garbage. It's really bad. I don't know what they were thinking. We still have these same turgid scripts still going, and oh God, it hurts me. Because he used to be a great artist, right? He used to be a really good artist. So around this time, it started coming together again. Where's this one? So this one opens up with an interesting strip. It's this one starts with a Noam Chomsky strip, which I really like. Noam Chomsky. He's a character they've been having occasionally in Judge Dredd, who's a augmented chimp who's a genius. And basically, he's a like a vigilante to someone, but he's so clever that he's able to not get caught by the police while doing all these good deeds and saving people. And he's a really good, compelling character. I really enjoy the character. So there's wait, is this one? No, I think I jumped. Did I jump? What prog is this? Shouldn't it say somewhere here the prog number? I guess not. Anyway, Noam Chomsky, but yeah, we still got Slate. Oh no, this I must have jumped. Fine, yeah, because it just kind of kept fine. I remember now. So then we have like a couple of like just bog standard filler Dredd stories, which are okay. I'm not even bothered looking at the artwork. This is still, again, they got two characters. I think they're hurting with this this storyline. Beautiful cover, like absolute beautiful cover. Again, this is from a like a bog standard Dredd story about somebody delivering packages. Then they do something that just annoys the crap out of me. I can't stand it. They do this regularly because it must do well for them. 2000 AD Regine. This is an all ages takeover. So basically, it's like a kid's 2000 AD. And quite frankly, it's not very good. Well, I just skipped fortunately, I was behind, so I didn't like miss skipping it. But again, these are not for kids. I mean, these are not for adults, right? These are for kids, and it's not very good. And they must get a bump in sales. But anyway, yeah. So now we start with a few new strips. We got this is a jumping on point. This is in what was it? March. By March, they finally getting their act together. So we got a jumping on point. We got two new strips here. Thistlebone, which is kind of a weird modern day Wicker Man with very nice artwork. And like this weird countryside magic. It's not bad. It's quite nice. Again, female protagonist. I'm just so bored. I'm so bored of them all. Right, Project Effects might have a female protagonist. I can't tell. I don't know. Yeah, they got Durham Red again, another female protagonist. Yeah, and yeah, that is just again, it just didn't land at strip. And Slain. It's like gorgeous artwork, writing I find unreasonable. But at least we have two solid strips here. We got again the Dredd story is Noam Chomsky, and I freaking love Noam Chomsky. It's just a really good character. I don't think they have any collections of him yet. They just spun him off into his own strip, which is good. But so anyway, so this is a really good storyline. You have Captain Cookies has been murdered. Right, and he just used to go and give out cookies to people, make people feel better, and it turns out he was the person who inspired Noam Chomsky to do his good deeds. They said they're never going to find his killers. And maybe we should do it. If the judges can't do it, then we'll do it. I'll find out who killed Captain Cookies, and that's the strip. He's like trying to investigate the murder of this good person. And again, the other new strip, which they just wrapped up, is Thistlebone. This is a second volume of it. I wouldn't bother even buying the collector's edition. It's okay, but it's not. Yeah, I read it because it's there and it's readable, right? But it's not something that I'm like. It's okay. It's interesting. You might like it. It's not bad. I mean, listen, it's not. What's the one I'm looking for? Incompetent. I mean, the artwork's very, very good. Again, I just think I'm really bored of all these female protagonists, right? But it's like very kind of Wicker Man-y. So then, the strip continues. We got a new strip coming, which is with Brendan McCarthy on the art. Gorgeous art. I love Brendan McCarthy. I love it. The colors is by Len Grady and McCarthy. McCarthy, just a huge talent. He left in 2000 AD. Essentially, so he could work on. He was one of the first people who started work on movies, and you could tell the movies that had his design in it. But the story again is by Roger Landridge, who's primarily an artist, like a cartoonist, and he's not a greatest writer. Didn't really carry me through. So, but at least we got the Noam Chomsky story going on. Thistlebone's readable. The Chomsky story wraps up. Then they bring in Feral and Foe. This one, again, for me, doesn't really land. It's kind of just a bog standard sword and sorcery with sci-fi, a sci-fi edge. It's okay. It's like, again, it's skippable. But then next week they start this story. This is one of the best Judge Dredd stories I've ever read. It's absolutely fantastic art by Tom Foster. Tom Foster is basically a Brian Boland Cliff Robson clone. It's just very, very, very traditional Judge Dredd design. I love it. I love it. We'll see when he like look at this. This is just so nailing Judge Dredd, right? Perfect. So the story is in Judge Dredd universe, if you're a judge that commits a crime, you get sent to Titan, where they make you into a android so you can work in the freezing cold outside mining. So he's finished his sentence and he's come back. So it's very rare they come back, right? And when they do, they're not that good. So this guy really just wants to be he's penitent. That's what it's called, a penitent man. And he wants to change. Oh man, here, let me just zoom in on this panel as well. Like, just so nailing it. Ah man, awesome. Really awesome. They can't use armor, and it's a great story with great art. It's a really good combination. And so by this time, the magazine's really picked up. And I love the SJS design they got there for so basically, he's investigating corruption in the SJS, the Special Justice Squad. That looks for it's basically AC-12 for Judge Dredd. And then we got a bunch of these individual stories for Visions of Dead World. Love it. I mean, they just go. So this is about Judge Fire, and these are really dark, weird stories with beautiful, dark, weird art. I mean, what the hell? It's all. It's very, very sexual horror, and everybody says I see sexuality everywhere, and that's true. That is indeed true. But look at this; it's so gross. And this is pretty gross. They're great. So so the series was it's on a bit of a high at this point by 2226. They start this thing called Thrillers, Thug Thrillers, which is a 3-part story. So it basically work as a what's the word? Pilots, pilots for different stories. So right now we got Judge Dredd is awesome. Thistlebone has got actually a lot better. Vision of Death World, awesome. Thrillers, readable. Fair and Foe, I normally skip it, but yeah, we'll be looking at it. Look at a bit of look at how they're doing Judge Mortis. Love it. Just love it. It's like they've got this really dark, awful redesign, and it just so works. I love it. It's a great strip. It's a really great strip. I got the 2 collections, and it's interesting. It's well written as well. I remember my name called QW. He doesn't have let anybody know his real name. But other than that, it's interesting. So it carries on for a while with this high again, with this lineup, and I think it's on a real high. Look at this. This is like a very Wicker Man-y. Good, great art, but it's a bit more again. I have more Dead World art than anything else because it's just so good. So this is the basic part. So it's basically like a papal nun warrior, very sci-fi thing, which is again, I'm sick of the relentless female heroes. I want a bit of a sausage fest. Slane comes back for a little bit. Yeah, the artwork's good. What can I tell you? Preferred it to if it was Dead World, but what can you do? And then that whole storyline sort of wraps up with the final Penitent Man. Really good. Thistlebone wraps up as well. Vision of Dead World comes back. I guess they only had 1 episode or 2 of Slane to finish. There's a Future Shock in this issue, which is where are we? We're at 2229, which is we're up to April 28th. And I always like a Future Shock. I think it'll be great if they could do a 2000 AD web channel, right, where they basically charge you like $5 a month, and you get you get like a 3-minute 5 times a week you get a 3-minute video. It could be Judge Dredd again, Judge Minty level. It doesn't, and then you can do like you have like two or three times a week it's Judge Dredd, and then 2 times a week it's something else. But you can do Future Shocks and basically that's what you use for like submissions for people who they can make a film, submit it. We're just looking at some more Penitent Man artwork because it's so good. And they bring this back. This was one of those thriller things which they brought back, and it's kind of fun. It's a fun little strip. But again, just look at this artwork, so good. Oh man, again, if I hadn't looked at the first page when they had this conversation, it had this kind of thing, I wouldn't have been that impressed. But again, I like the SGS helmet. Cool, it's very cool. And then a little bit more Vision of the Dead. Well, they have a 2-part one with like this snow attack. It's just good. It's just good stuff. I love it. So this is that strip come back. Basically, if you're sick, you take these pills that go into your stomach, and it's the story of these micro warriors in your stomach, right? As they fight whatever illness you got. So we're nearly up to date right now. Thistlebone's coming to an end. We've got Future Socks going. Fair on Fire always a miss. Thrillers are again. I think they're readable. I just don't want to. So there's a new strip in that's called Easy Money. So I think a 2 or 3 parter. Good artwork by Simon Fraser, who's got a very distinctive Dredd style, which I like. And it's an interesting story. This like super rich girl, her parents die, and she finds out that they were criminals, right? And it doesn't really sit well with her. So that's a kind of a fun Dredd story. Finally, we finish up with Thistlebone, and we're down to another Regine issue. I'm like, ugh. So they do one every 3 months. But then they have the jumping on point. So I think from tomorrow I'm going to do I've read this issue where they make Noam Chomsky give them his own story. I love Noam Chomsky, and they got a bunch of new stories. Again, Chris Weston cover, beautiful, just beautiful. Another new extra dimensional Dreadverse story. So I'm going to review 223, 224, and 225, and then each week we'll do a Judge Dredd. Right, each week we'll do the new issue of 2000 AD. Because now I'm up to date. Fine. Let's see what's next. Oh yeah, definitely going to look at this. Go over here. See what's happening in the chat. My dream VR game will be a TARDIS simulator with an interior setup. Okay, my dream VR game is this, right? They bring out a chapter. Yeah, it's about a 30-minute game a month. They bring out a chapter a month. Gonna lose reception and end up 10 minutes behind. So I was saying thanks, everyone. Take it. Oh, there you go. 5. Can't explain what I say. So my dream Doctor Who game is they put out like a 30-minute episode a month, and you get a subscription to it. And each month you're like some kind of entity that the TARDIS made that can flip between. You can flip between consoles. Basically, you're with a different Doctor each month in that adventure. Yeah, I mean that would be awesome. Like, so you have a Hartnell month, a Trouser month, a Poetry month, and then you'd have to do them in order. And then I guess you could jump to different. You could do a Master one. Yeah, I just think that would be a lot of fun. So let's have a look at this, which I am certainly getting. Doctor Who, Web of Fear, new Blu-ray. So this comes with a new reconstructed artwork. If you haven't seen it, I think we're going to watch it right now. Can I make this big? There you go. Make it big, baby.
So
we love you long time.
On the 5th.
So I have to tell you, this artwork, the animation is really bad.
Next.
I'm turning it down because who cares? It looks like a bad video game engine. Like why are they making it so crap? I mean, okay, it works better than I guess the telly snaps, but here they show it in black and white as well. Yeah, 1 second. There you go. So the black and white's how it's only one episode. And I guess it's less distracting than trying to watch the telly snaps. But I guess are they going to do a real animated version when they release the Blu-ray? Right? I don't know, but I don't think they're releasing the Blu-ray for a while. So let's have a look and see what's on this set. Okay. In order to escape the attack, blah, blah. Yeah, in order to escape attacking the TARDIS materialize an unscheduled landing and ends up deep inside London Underground. Here, the travelers soon find themselves engulfed in a thrilling battle with the Great Intelligence and the Yeti. I've really got to go back and watch those Richard E. Grant story, like great intelligence stories. So before I watch this, to see how it ties in, because I know he uses a what's it called again? A box, like a lunch box with the London Underground on it. So I got to go back and check that out. But the artwork for it is gorgeous. That's worth looking at. And with great intense, but as events take a turn for the worse, it becomes clear the Golden Prize is not just Earth, but the Doctor's mind too. This release includes all 5 surviving episodes. Well, I guess the 5 recovered, plus a brand new, fully animated reconstruction. I guess it is a reconstruction. It's not like an episode or the missing 3rd episode created from the surviving audio recordings only. You can watch a clip. We just watched a clip of it. We weren't impressed. Okay, we weren't impressed. The Web of Fear is partly missing. Is the partly missing 5th series from the 5th season, which was the first broadcast in 6 weekly parts from February to March 1968. Starring Patrick Troughton as Doctor, the story concerns an abandoned London and the return of the fearsome Yeti patrolling the streets of London. Really a clever idea. I mean, it's like, this is a Russell T Davies idea. To have a monster, then bring it back and have it take over the world. It's a very Russell T Davies idea. It was also the first appearance of a character, Colonel Lethbridge Stewart, before promotion to Brigadier. The 6th episode, available in black and white and a newly reconstructed animation in color and black and white. I'm only watching in black and white. Will include the following exclusive features: audio commentary on all episodes. With 2 on episode 1. Oh, interesting. Episode 3, Telesnap reconstruction. So I guess they sat people down for an audio commentary on the reconstruction they did. Photo gallery, making of documentary. I like those. Making the animation documentary. Well, I'm interested in how that happened. Web of Fear trailer. I hope that's a reconstruction of the original one, which was really creepy. Missing Years documentary. That's fun. That was. I doubt they'd have do they have the episodes in that? That was one of the years tape that John Nathan Turner spearheaded. The Many Voices of Jack Woolgar documentary, who is one of the people who work. What was it? One of the characters in it, right? One of the characters in it. Fantastic cover. Sadly, got the Jodie logo on the front. So here's what we can do. 1 second. Where's that page? I've got you covered, baby. I've got you covered. Let me find. We go to desktop. I would click here. And I go to this folder. Okay. Yeah, we got a bunch of stuff. We got that. Okay, we got that. Oh, this is a new story. We got to talk about this. I guess all about this. There we go. Finally found it. There we go. Opening up. Talk amongst yourself. There you go. We close that. So this is, where's the cover? I mean, artwork is just gorgeous. Share screen. There you go. That's a blank artwork. So yeah, listen. At least I can make my own cover. But it's really nice, right? I mean, it just really, really works. It's a great cover. So here, if you didn't already know, new toys are coming. Censor rights. I'm surprised they're doing the censor rights because it's a very boring story. Have you ever seen the censor rights? It's a boring story, and they're putting out some more history of the Daleks. The Dalek ones I don't normally buy. I don't buy the toys anymore. They basically killed it for me. So if you recall, the cancelled Captain Jack from Time Fracture needed somebody to fill that space. Space is filled by, can you guess who? Can you guess who? Yes, of course. It's River Song. River Song is in Time Fracture. I'm guessing that she is the replacement for John Barrowman. Thing mustn't cost him a damn fortune, right? Casting people costs them a freaking fortune. It's Pride Month. Let's look at this stupidity. So yeah, I did a video this week about asexual people, right? But asexuality, and a couple of people were upset with me about it. It seems to me that if you don't have a sex drive, and you're like a young person, that seems like it's not healthy, right? It seems like not healthy. So you got ace flux is identity shifts across the ace spectrum. So, okay, ace flux means you can be demisexual, gray sexual, or asexual. So what's demisexual? Sexual attraction may be felt under specific circumstances. Well, then I'm demi-straight as sexual. I only feel sexual attraction under specific circumstances. Okay, but I don't have a lack of limited sexual attraction to any gender. No, I have extremely strong sexual attraction to one gender. And zero sexual attraction to the other. That's basically how it works out. Okay, so I'm not. So then, with that modifier, I'm not demisexual. But ace flux means you could be any of these. You could be a gray sexual, which means rare, limited, partial sexual attraction to any gender. You say, hey, anything could happen. There's a basket of fruit that could be fine. And then asexual sexual attraction is not experienced to any gender. Sounds like you want a doctor, right? It's like if your legs don't work, you probably want a doctor. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with you if your legs don't work, but you probably want a doctor. Look, there are some times when your legs can't work, and that happens. That happens. And I say, generally speaking, I find that people in that situation are like super, like because they stretched and had to become, they had to live through something that could be difficult, right? They just become these really super nice, good people. But I mean, it's not given the choice. You want your legs to work. Given the choice, you want your sex drive to work, right? You want it to work, and if it doesn't work, especially if it's like a psychological issue, go to a doctor. Maybe there's treatment for it, right? Maybe there's treatment. And again, saying you don't need treatment, again, it's It seems weird. It seems weird, that anybody would feel that way. It seems illogical. Again, it's like if your eyes don't work, if your tongue doesn't work, if anything doesn't work, if you can't experience anger. I'm just trying to think of that's purely psychological. If you can't experience anger, if you can't experience happiness, whatever, if you can't experience, if you can't access things that normative human beings are able to do, that's called ill health, normally speaking. And if it's not, anybody's welcome to come on the channel and have this discussion with me. It's a bit bizarre. So homosexual, gay, lesbian, attraction to is experienced in somebody of the same gender. There you go. Monosexual identity is sexual attraction to one gender. Okay. So, bisexual. I guess we know what that is, right? Polysexual, not polysexual. Attraction to three or more genders. What if you think there's only two? I mean, what if you think there's only two? I guess you couldn't be polysexual, right? So wait. Polysexual means you can be attracted to ladies, men, and other. I'm struggling. Okay, but fine. But not all genders. Actually, three or more genders, many, but not all genders. Okay, so I don't understand. I don't. You can. Someone's going to explain it to me. Omnisexual attraction to. Attraction to any gender. We don't care, baby. We'll go for anything. Gender can play a primary role in attraction. When does it not? Okay, maybe polysexual. Okay, well, none of these people, right? None of the ace spectrum. It plays a attraction there in bisexual. It plays I don't know, polysexual, omnisexual. It seems like I don't see a difference between bisexual and omnisexual. One second, let's compare the two. Attraction to any gender. Gender can play a primary role in attraction. That's omnisexual. Bisexual. Attraction to two or more genders, often the same gender and other genders. I don't see the functional difference, right? I think maybe bisexual you have... No, it's saying you don't have a primary. I don't know. And pansexual, attraction to any gender. Gender does not play a primary role in it. Yeah. Okay, listen. Here's the thing. When you try and recreate reality, it gets hard. It gets real. Oh, Dr. Alex is here. Dr. Alex, I was talking about your season 12 earlier. We enjoy it. I told people to go. Oh, it's on this YouTube channel. You can hear it as a book on tape or buy the book. I'm actually enjoying reading the book. Peter Rich, I didn't completely. He didn't what? What was it? I thought they would have got Eve Myers again. Yeah, exactly. It's Dr. Alex. Wait, what's it? That's. I didn't. I completely agree with you. You didn't what? I don't know what happened. Hang on. I'm trying to work out what happened. Okay. I don't know what you didn't do. I don't know what you didn't do. Okay. But Petey Rich has a much more better. And now you understand why I probably and hate Pride Month. Yeah, listen. Oh, my God. Oh, here's the truth. Most people want to have sex with one gender. Most people. I think it's a smaller percentage want to have will have a sex. And what percentage of people are bisexual, right? About you. What did I say on my asexual video? You didn't disagree. You actually confirmed what I was talking about, right? You were talking, yeah. Hermaphrodites. They did forget hermaphrodites. You are correct. Yeah. No. Again, listen. When reality is reasonably complex. When you try and recreate it, it doesn't really go so well. Oh man. So there's so many things I wanted to get to, but really, it's coming up for the 2 hours, and I'm hungry. It's time for dinner. It's time for dinner for me, I think. What else is going on? So yeah, look, there'll be a article tomorrow on Radio Times. Here, we'll have a quick look tonight. We'll have a quick look now. But Radio Times is spinning hard, baby. They're in a little bit of meltdown here. Let me show you. It's funny. Yeah. Radio Times. Oh, no, just went to a search for Radio Times. Oh God, I don't want to see anything more about Tom Hiddleston. Oh, I got to watch that crap. Ugh. What was that tomorrow? No, it's not for another couple of days yet. Here, that's fine. We'll go to TV, sci-fi, and it's Kingston. Okay, here we go. This is Hugh Fullerton. And it's Hugh Fullerton best. We're going to do this video tomorrow. Why Doctor Who's next year is going to end up being the most innovative yet? The latest rumors suggest Jodie Whittaker could be leaving after a short series. And a couple of yes! Free at last. But what other changes could the BBC make to the unusual format? This is just a way of deflecting from you guys are like all standing on ledges. You've been making caramel. Now you're talking. You know what you need to really enjoy your caramel. 2 or 3. I would say small but very well formed geisha girls. 3 small but very well. Yeah, that will probably be fine. With that good advice, I'm going to sign off. I'm going to sign off for the evening. I'm in the end broadcast.